welcome to the Soulful Badass Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Jackson, an intuitive success coach from the UK, and I'm here to help entrepreneurs, leaders, and soul-aligned goddesses to create epic levels of success and impact in your life and your business. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you are tuning in every week for mindset talk, manifestation, magic, and incredible interviews with other soul-aligned entrepreneurs. So hit the subscribe button, and I'd love to invite you to come and join the Soulful Badass community. All the links are in the show notes. Please go and click them, and I'll see you in there. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's podcast. I want to talk to you this week about the power of your words, and certain words in particular that we can be using to either help or hinder our manifestations in life and business. Now, words literally are spells, and yet we use them all the time, bit nonchalant. You know, we sometimes use them, we have a bit of verbal diarrhea, we have things that we say on repeat, we have stories that we say on repeat, and we'll say them over and over again without realizing the powerful impact that we are actually having on our life and business. So if you have been in this state where you feel like there's an area of your life stuck, or there's an area of your life that you would like to improve on, have a little think about that area, and then start to think, is there a certain story that you have been saying? Or has there been a pattern that you feel is repeating? Now, often there's patterns go around in the manifesting circles, like everything will fall apart before it gets really, really good. And there's a level of ego in there where, yeah, the ego does disrupt the energy. But when we say everything's going to fall apart before it gets really good, it means that we have to always go through a level of lack or a level of disruption that feels bad before things get good. Whereas actually, if we start to say the better it gets, the better it gets, suddenly we're not going through this cycle of everything falling apart and then everything getting better and then everything falling apart. Can you see how we are projecting some cycles of behavior into our life? So we do this all the time with the stories that we tell, but also the words that are super specific that can help you. So what we tend to do as humans in our logical mind and with our own identities that we've built up, we tend to speak in a certain way that's linked to where we currently are. When we're manifesting, though, we've got to decide that we already have the thing. You already are that person. So if you ultimately want to be a millionaire, you want to have $1 million business, what you need to be telling yourself is, I am a millionaire. I am an entrepreneur with $1 million business. It doesn't matter that you maybe are only making $5,000 a month now, but you still are that person. You are that person now, because it's just an energy shift. It's just a recreation that is happening. But if you tell yourself you are working towards it or you are becoming it, what then happens is it takes time. Your logical mind puts steps in place, and often it starts to ask you certain questions which your logical mind can't answer. So it gives doubt to your manifestation, which just delays the process. Rather than you saying, I am that now, and you acting in that energy, you coming from that space, you don't need to be spending millions of dollars to be able to say, I am a millionaire. I am that $1 million business owner. I am that person. Because let's be honest, if that's in your future in 2 years, 5 years, you are still that person. You are not going to change who you are completely. You are not going to become a different person. I'm not going to be Rachel Jackson and then suddenly I'm going to be, oh no, that's Rachel Jackson 2.0. No, I'm Rachel Jackson. I am that person. I am that millionaire. I am that woman who has $1 million business. I am that person. And that's a very different story. So the things that can get in the way of us manifesting is the words that we are saying. Because when we're in a lack mentality, we often use these words, and these are trigger words for you stalling your manifestations. And I will tell you what they are so that you know that you need to change them, release them, and let them go. So the first one is how. How. This is the biggest trip that we have all the time when we're manifesting. We have these big dreams, and then your logician mindset will kick in and go, how are you going to do that? Or how is this going to happen? So we'll maybe be saying things in stories like, I know I'm going to manifest this, but I don't know how yet. And even that is saying, I don't know how yet. So you're putting a bit of a blocker and a bit of a staller, and you're saying it's going to take some time. You don't need to know the how. What you need to do is say you are that person now and act from that person, and then suddenly the how appears. So let go of saying how in any of your stories. How is that going to happen? How's this going to work? How am I going to do that? How am I going to attract more clients? Once you let go of that, you can suddenly shift the energy and you will know the how. It will come in. Your next step will appear. But how can have a positive meaning too. So how did I get so good at business? How did I attract all them clients? How did I make this happen so easily? That's a powerful way to use how. Because what you are doing is you are asking your reticular activated system, which is the part of your brain that goes out and looks for you proof of what you are saying. So if I say to you, think of a blue car, get a blue car in your mind, think of a blue car, you're seeing blue cars everywhere. You'll walk outside, you will literally start to see blue cars everywhere because that system is activated in your brain and it goes and looks for proof. Now, you're not really attached to a blue car, so you're going to see it really quickly. You've got more attachment to $1 million, so you're maybe not going to see that quickly because your attachment is giving you that energy of resistance. But because you have no attachment, suddenly you'll be seeing blue cars absolutely everywhere. So if you start to say, how did I get so good in business? How did I just make so much money? How amazing is it that all these clients are now paying me so much? Your reticular activated system is going to go and look for proof of how you've just done that, because it doesn't know the difference between where you are in your current energy and the future. So you saying, how have I just made so much money, is saying, I've just made so much money, and go and find the way that I've just done it. So it allows you to use the word how in a super powerful way. And I'll give you the pros and cons to each word I tell you. So the next one is why. Why is that? Why did that happen to me? Why did that not work for me? Why do I need to wait? Why can't I have everything I want? Why can be such a questioning way of asking about our lack. By saying why, we're asking, why me? Why did this happen? Why did that take so long? And it depends on the words that we're really putting after the why. So even with the more positive one, which is like, why did I get so good at business? There's still a negative connotation to the word why. So that one is one that I would just scrap. Unless somebody's going to come to me and say there's a better word from it, I would scrap that one from your vocabulary because you don't need it. You don't need to be asking why me. You don't need to be asking why did that happen. You don't need to be asking all those things, because what you're doing then is putting yourself in the logical human mindset of why did that happen to me, rather than going into the divine matrix of source energy and thinking there's a reason for everything. There's always a reason, there's always a logic. And I had a beautiful reminder of this, of one of my clients who really put effort into becoming a director of a board 2 years ago. And she put all this effort in. They made her go through hoops. They made her sit 5 interviews. And really, like, it was a heart-wrenching ordeal. And in the end, she didn't get it, but they didn't even bother to tell her. And then 2 years on, they are now asking her to take that role because they chose the wrong person. And she didn't even bother having to answer the phone call because she didn't feel the attachment like she felt then. And she was able to step into her queen energy and say, no, thank you. At the time, she was probably thinking, why didn't I get it? What did I do wrong? Why me? Whereas now she's like, wow, what a redirection. So please do not ever fear things that have happened or be asking the why, because there is always a bigger reason and you don't always need to know it at the time. You'll be able to connect the dots afterwards. So don't question the why. There is always logic behind it. And then what about but? Yeah, I know I need to do that, but. Or I know I can attract more clients, but. Or I know I should be growing my Facebook group, but. But is such a word that stops us from moving forward. And really, again, there's not much positive I want to give to this one. I want to scrap this one again. When it comes to but, why do you need the but? The but is an excuse. The but is you getting in your own way. The but is you saying, yeah, but I can't do that. I can't do that because of this. I can't do that because this is in my way. You're seeing blockages, you're seeing limitations, you're seeing excuses. So kick the butt in the butt, like let go of that one. You do not need it. So get that out of your vocabulary. Get it out of your stories. You don't need the but. If you're being challenged by your coach or you've been challenged by your mentor or anything like that, and you're like, yeah, I'll do that, but, or yeah, but, no. There's no but. It's given you limitations. It's given you lack that you just do not need. So let go of it. And that's the other one, need. So the fourth word is need. I need this. I need this to work. I need this to happen. I need money before I can do that. I need a following before I can do that. Need is coming from a place of lack. So if you are asking for things because you need it, what you're saying is there's a gap, there's a limitation, there is a hole that you need to fill. And the universe doesn't fill holes with abundance. The universe spreads abundance. If it's filling a hole, you are giving it a boundary, you are giving it a container. So you are asking for just so much. So if you're saying you need something, what you're saying is actually you don't have it and you need it to be filled. So it's not coming from a place of desire. It's not coming from a place of energetic of having it. So you are not going to receive it as quick as you want. So let go of needs because that one is stalling your manifestations. The next one is please. Other than in polite society, which you can use please, stop saying, please help, or ask your angels, please, can you send this to me? Please, can you help me with this? Please, can you attract more clients to me? Please, can you help me, God? All those things is actually giving you separation. So it's saying that you are not the divine power. It's saying that you are not connected to that divine power. So it's saying that you need to ask and wait for it to be brought to you. So when you're saying please, you are asking an external source outside of you, and it's disconnecting you from the energy of your manifestations, because the energy of your manifestations flows to you from you. You are the connection with all. You are the energy that is connected with everything. You are that source energy. And once you realize that your oneness, you seeing yourself as whole, you seeing yourself as the magnet, you seeing yourself as the attractor and the creator, that is when everything changes. So if you're using please, you are asking someone else to bring it to you. So you are saying, one, you are lowering your worth. You are not saying that you're good enough to bring it in. And two, you are saying that you are not the one connected to the divine matrix. So you're cutting that energy between you and what can bring it into you, which is your divine energy. So please let go of please. The next one, We do it all the time, especially us Brits. We are so polite that we say sorry all the time for something that we don't even know we're apologizing for. So we literally say sorry for everything. And you've got to scrap this, because as soon as you say sorry, you are lowering your value. You are lowering your worth. You are coming at it from your prostitute energy of, I'm sorry, I'm not worthy of you. You need to forgive me. Please, please, please. Please, I'm so sorry. Let go of it. Because sorry is saying that you are less than. Sorry is saying that you are not as worthy as the person you're apologizing to. So just stop saying sorry. If you were late for a meeting and you apologize and say sorry, did you mean to be late? Did you mean to cause any harm? Did you mean to do any of them things? Because if you didn't, then stop apologizing for it. I'm late. You don't need to apologize. You don't owe anything to anyone in that sense. So you've got to stop apologizing for everything. It lowers your worth. It says you are not worthy to the universe. So if you've got these big desires that you've been asking for, but you're apologizing every second of the day, you're not in energetic alignment for what it is that you want. If you want to be a CEO and you want this multi-million dollar business, but yet you're apologizing to everybody left, right, and center, it ain't going to happen quick, because you are saying you're not worthy of it. You're not entitled enough to it. You are not that person, because you are less than everyone else around you, because you're trying to apologize for your own existence. So let go of the word sorry, because it is really not helping you, and you don't need to apologize for everybody. Like we say it all the time, sorry to be a pain. Why are you being a pain? Why would anybody think you are being a pain? Stop lowering your worth. You are worth a hell of a lot more. Now, something you want to adopt is I acknowledge. I know. I know the universe is working for me. I know everything is working in my favor. I know I can do this. If you use that as a positive, you use that as a spell that is actually casting what it is you want. Now, I know the universe works in my favor all of the time. That is a mantra that I adopted years ago. And boy, does that just change absolutely everything. So what is it you want to acknowledge? What is it you want to know? I know I've got the confidence to do this. I know I've got the ability to be a multimillionaire. I know I can create an empire. I know I am amazing at what I do. I know I am the expert. What do you need to know about yourself? What do you need to know about your surroundings? What do you need to know about the life that you are creating? Start to bring I know, I acknowledge, all of that into your daily mantras, and not just like every morning. Yes, do it in front of the mirror and all that stuff, but your mantras should be on repeat as much as you can throughout the day. You've got to change your mindset from where it is now, which is probably about 80% negative, 20% positive, into 51% positive, 49% negative at least. So make sure you are doing that transition and bringing these new thoughts, bringing these mantras in so that you can actually create more. So if you knock off the first ones on the list, which is how, why, but, need, please, and sorry, if you kick them into touch and bring in I know and I am, boy, are you going to change your life. So not only is the I know super powerful, but I am that person now. I am that seven-figure business owner. I am the entrepreneur. I am the expert in my field. I am bloody amazing at what I do. I am providing for my clients over and above. I am providing amazing transformations. What is it you are doing? I am. That is super powerful because it brings you into the present. Energy does not know time. Energy is already created, but it doesn't have a concept of time. So the energy that's created, if you think of yourself, of you are seeing this lifestyle in front of you now, okay? You've got this vision of it in front of you now, but the energy is already created. So what if you could pick that energy up from your arm's length and bring it into your now? bring it forward. So if you imagine you are literally picking up your new reality in your hand and dropping it into your lap and saying, I am that. Because the energy is already there. So once you say, I am, you are just physically bringing it into your reality. You're physically bringing it in to your peripheral mind, your eyes, your senses, your touch, all of those things. You are bringing it into your energy now. It's already created. It is already there. You don't need to do anything extra other than claim it. So you need to claim it. So that I am, I know is how you claim the reality you are saying you want. So you need to start claiming it today, and you need to let go of how, why, but, need, please, sorry. Because let's put this into energy context. You don't need to know the how, because it literally is already created. So that lifetime you want is already there. It is already there. So if you're thinking of the how, you're thinking, how do I create it? You don't need to create anything. You just need to bring it into your energy field now. So there's no creation needed. It is just, I am. I am, I know. That is why affirmations are so powerful. And yet people, so many people have ideas about them or say, they don't always work or all this thing. It's all bullshit. People want to make it overcomplicated. People want to, make life overcomplicated. But at the end of the day, your thoughts are creating your reality. If you are saying you are that person now, you're bringing it into your reality now. If you are saying you know it is happening, you know it is yours, you are bringing it into your reality now. So you just need to allow this to unfold, but you need to keep strict on your language. You need to start letting go of how, why, but, need, please, and sorry. So let's let go of them and let's adopt I am and I know. And you have the power to change absolutely everything. So I cannot wait to hear your takeaways from this episode, because this is a game changer. Language is everything. Language is the thoughts that you are projecting out loud. So if you are conscious of the language that you are thinking and the language you are speaking, you are changing your life. And this is not a gimmick. This is life-changing information. So I am and I know need to be your go-to phrases throughout the day. You need to be adopting them with the most powerful version of you and the story that goes along with it. And you need to allow yourself to sit in that energy, because you are a powerful creator and you have the ability to literally turn everything around. So I'm so excited to hear what you create. Please come and join the Soulful Badass Telegram group, and make sure you grab a copy of Becoming Unstoppable, because that is my new book that is now launched. It's on Amazon and Kindle. It will soon be out on Audible as well. And I'm super excited to share it all with you. So make sure you grab a copy of that. I will put the links in the show notes. But have the best weekend and enjoy playing about with your words in the most positive way. Have the best week, and I'll speak to you soon.